Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patric Young and Terry Norvelle.
On a pretty good-looking Tuesday afternoon, we welcome you to, well, a Tuesday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show. So, of course, Tuesdays around here, that means Hurricane Grill and Wings. We are in the heart of Mandarin, right by the foot of the bridge. The Julington Creek Bridge is where you can find us. This Hurricane location has been here a long time. Great ownership right now. They turned this thing into just a must-see, must-stop-by, must-experience Hurricane, a great community restaurant here in, as I said, the heart of Mandarin. Boy, a lot of stuff going on around here all year round, but certainly football season, and certainly as we blaze our way through fall and get deeper into fall, football getting tighter every single weekend. Hi, everybody. Terry Norvelle, glad you're with us here. We'll do it from 4 to 6 today, along with the college football talk, of course. NFL Jaguar talk. We'll take a look at the newest NFL Power Poll. Where do the Jaguars stand? Where does the rest of the AFC stand? And AFC South, I should say, stand. And your thoughts on that. We like looking at this ESPN Power Poll that comes out every week. I think they're pretty fair. Obviously, the number one team in the NFL Power Poll is the only undefeated team that's still going. Kansas City will do that. We'll look at the NFL upcoming schedule for this extended weekend. And am I the only one that looks at the on paper anyway? The NFL schedule coming up, particularly this Sunday, is college football will do the same. We'll take a peek at the extended, and I say extended now because you've got Thursday and Friday games with college, and you've got kind of the same thing Thursday and Sunday, Monday games with the NFL. But boy, I don't think the college game is going to slow down. You've got so many teams, so many programs that are still harboring hopes of having a big season as we're midway through the season. And gosh darn, there must be 30, 35 programs that right now today, they legitimately, not just pie in the sky, but they legitimately think they've got a real shot at the 12-team playoff. A lot of big games coming up this weekend in college football, and it's going to be that way all the way through the championship game weekend. And my goodness gracious, trying to decide who is going to make these conference championship games is fun. It's frustrating at times, the math. I mean, you've got so many different mathematical ways these things could go. If you're not up to speed with your college football kind of new conferences and new expanded conferences and the structure of the conferences now, I'm almost positive I've got this right. I glanced this morning. In college football, in terms of Division I, I still call it Division I. I don't want to call it FCB, BCF, all this stuff. In Division I college football, which comprises of about 130 schools right now, which is way too many. We'll get into that at a later date, later time. Of the Division I football conferences, every conference except one has gotten rid of divisions. I think the Sun Belt is the only conference out there, and they're a minor Division I conference, but everybody else out there, SEC, Big Ten, ACC, Big 12, all your conferences out there now are top to bottom. There is no division. There are no divisions, and what they will do to determine who goes to play in their conference championship games used to be whoever wins the East plays whoever wins the West. Whoever wins the North plays whoever won the South. And they go. Not like that anymore. Top bottom, the way they'll figure it out is the two highest ranked teams at the end of the regular season will meet that following week for the conference championship. Now, you may say, well, what's the big deal? Conference championship got 12-team playoff now. Well, conference championship winner gets a guaranteed of the Power Four conferences. They get a guaranteed bid. So there's still there's still a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But, yeah, man, you start messing around with the numbers right now. I saw somewhere, and I want to give my buddy Brent Beard credit. I think it was in his notes. I think in Brent Beard's notes yesterday or this morning when I was reading over them, that right now somebody ran the SEC math as of right now and extrapolated it out through the season. Everybody's schedule. We know who everybody's going to play. We don't know who's going to win and lose, but we know who everybody's going to play. There was a situation where mathematically the SEC at the end of this regular season could have 7 teams with 2 losses at the top of the standing. And then it would go to tiebreaker, head-to-head, things like that. Boom, 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 boom. But right now, the SEC could have 7 2-loss teams, and only 2 can go to the championship game. That would be absolutely crazy. Now, extrapolate that to the national playoff, the 12-team championship. I'm telling you right now, it looks like this season is going to turn out like most seasons. You know, if you look back at the history of college football, rarely, and this includes the great Georgia teams of recent vintage, the great Alabama teams of recent vintage, rarely does a team win a national title by going undefeated. It happens here and there, but most of your national championship teams have had a loss. With that said, I just gave you the stats out of the SEC. They theoretically, mathematically could have 7 teams finish 10-2 and have to tie break their way into who's going to go play. If that's just the SEC, what if you start throwing in at the end of the year, well, what about the Big Ten? How many and 2-loss teams could they have? What about the Big 12? What about the ACC? Now, I go there because only 12 can get in. 4 get automatic bids by winning their championship. A group of 5 gets a 5th. Notre Dame, it looks like, is going to walk in by not even playing a season. I mean, in terms of 1-loss teams at the end of the regular season, it's going to play out like it always does. There may be 1, maybe 2, and that's about it. You got to believe those 2 would get it. I would, and they would get in as conference champions. Well, then, what if you've got? Well, there's 2. Let's say there's 2. Let's say there's 2 more 1-loss teams. Well, there's 4. And let's say out of the other Power 4 conferences, I mean, you may have 9 or 10 total 2-loss teams. Well, that gives you about 14 or 15 teams. Well, there can only be 12 that gets in. It's going to be fun, man. It is going to be fun, and I think somebody's going to get their feelings hurt or 2. And strength of schedule is going to come into play. And what do you do? Speaking of strength of schedule, what do you do in a scenario like I just painted? What do you do if there's a legitimate 9-3 football team that absolutely played their guts out all year? Yes, they would have lost 3 games in this scenario. But what if they lost to 3 playoff teams? And then there's a 10-2 team that the committee's putting their resume up against the 9-3 team that played great teams. And that could happen. You could go 9-3, play your guts out all year, come up short against the 2nd, 5th, and 7th ranked teams in the nation. It could happen. It could easily happen. What do you do if you are putting that program with their 9-3 record on the catwalk, you know, where the models walk out and people look at them, or the Olympic judges look at them, say, wow, pretty impressive. And then what if you're trying to decide the final spot between them and a 10-2 team that had a good win, a solid loss to a good team, bad loss as their second loss? What do you do with that? What do you do then? What do you do then? The answer to all this, and I've been screaming from the mountaintops, and we're getting closer. It takes forever. I don't know if I'll be alive when it finally happens. But the answer to all these questions, this record, that record, is throw the subjectivity out of it. Get committees out. The NFL doesn't have committees. They play big boy football, and somehow they've survived by having structured division qualifiers, wild card qualifiers. They don't go to committees. And that's where college has got to go. That's where college football has got to go. You've got to get. We will know college football is really close to getting it all right when there are no more committees. There are no more voting. The NFL does a team from the NFC slide into a playoff, maybe where a team from the AFC does it, and they're different. I get that. You miss here and there, but the NFL's got it pretty close to right. They don't go to a committee. They don't need ex athletic directors and Condoleezza Rice and ex commissioners and ex school presidents. They don't need committees, and college football doesn't. That's when it's going to be really right. But until we get there, I think there's going to be some hellacious discussions in that room. We'll go over some of the college football games. Good looking weekend. Again, I think every single weekend on out is going to be incredible in college. NFL, maybe I'm missing something, and feel free to drop me a chat as TJ has here. If you think I'm missing something. The NFL, I looked at the schedule this morning. On paper, in terms of just, wow, gosh, I want to follow that game. I only saw two games that I had. Buffalo 5-2 at Seattle 4-3. Seattle is a division leader right now. And the Bears, Chicago 4-2 at surprising Washington 5-2. On paper, am I missing something? I don't see anything else that kind of turned my head at all. We'll get deeper into that. We've got some college football news and notes I want to get to. I want to talk about the Heisman Trophy. We're halfway through the season. What's the pecking order right now? If it was handed out, I think there's a clear winner right now. And I know. And I'm going to throw the Boise State running back, Genty. I'm going to throw him in here. And he should be in here. But I know let the little guy. There's always the little guy syndrome. They let the Boise State guy win. If I handed it out, it wouldn't go to the Boise State guy right now. I think there's a clear leader in the clubhouse right now. I want to go over the top 3 or 4 as I see them. You can chime in if you'd like on our chat. And I've got a one sleeper. I don't see a lot of sleepers out there. I don't see a lot of dark horses that could get on the horse right now and have a big second half of the year and swoop in without their name being in the mix right now. I think there's a pretty standard top 3 and one sleeper I'll throw in. I want to do that. I want to go over those power rankings. And we've kind of got a new tradition here that I enjoy every time we're here at Hurricanes in Julington Creek, where we're at today. We started this, I guess about 6 weeks ago, and it's a lot of fun. I think you guys, I hear good stuff when I'm out and about. I think you guys enjoy it. I know I do, and Patrick, when he's around with us, he does as well. We'll do our trivia. We do fun trivia with Trivia Pat, not to be confused with Patrick Young, but Trivia Pat, who he does his trivia show here every Tuesday night as well. About an hour after we go off the air, they have an hour and a half trivia time. Well, we started sitting Trivia Pat down about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, and the final 20 minutes or so of the show has turned into a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. We throw out sports trivia questions, non-sports trivia questions, just a lot of fun. We have a good time. Speaking of good time, you can never go wrong here at Hurricanes. Obviously, when you have the name Wings in your title, Hurricanes Grill and Wings, you know what you're doing when it comes to wings. They've got a great selection, about 30 some odd different sauces, all different levels, hot, medium, mild. You can get them plain as well, but you can go up to like nuclear hot. They've got great wings, great sauce choices. I always throw this out because I get it a lot of times when I'm here. A lot of times I get here early and eat. You can't go wrong with their selection. They got 6 or 7 tacos on the menu. All of them good. Really, really good. A couple of them really, really healthy as well. If you want to go the avocado route, stuff like that, you can't go wrong. Great menu. Good, fun place here in Mandarin. It's been a staple of the Mandarin community, restaurant community, for a very long time. I'm trying to see if there's anything. Want to go over a couple things that are in the works so you can kind of start planning your next few weeks with our show, hopefully. Don't have 100% confirmation, but we are working on our show, not this Friday, but next Friday. We're trying to do it down at or by the baseball stadium. You know, next Friday will be the eve of Florida, Georgia. Both Florida and Georgia are off this week, as they always are the week before Florida, Georgia. But next Friday will be the eve of Florida, Georgia, the football game. And there's been a pretty neat tradition that's popped up the last several years. The Friday night before the Florida, Georgia game, there's a college baseball exhibition game in the at the baseball grounds. And I've been to a million of them lately. Absolutely sold out. It's packed. And historically, the first few years they've done this now, it's probably about fourth or fifth year. Historically, it's been Florida's baseball team taking on Georgia's baseball team Friday night baseball grounds before Florida-Georgia football on Saturday. It's been that way. It was that way last year. This year, there's a little twist. I don't know if it's a scheduling situation or it was just let's shake it up. This year, next Friday, the Florida Gator baseball team, who went to the Final Four, by the way, Kevin O'Sullivan's program is top shelf. Florida will play the exhibition game next Friday. Baseball grounds will be sold out. And they'll be playing JU. I think that's really cool. My old school. Really cool. The homestanding Dolphins will get a lot of that recognition, a lot of that publicity. I think it's really neat. I don't know if Georgia just said, hey, we're already playing an exhibition game. We want to go do something else. I don't know what the specifics are. But we are planning on doing our show next Friday somewhere very close to the baseball grounds. So we get up there at 6. We just head on into the stadium, myself and Patric Young, 6:30 first pitch. And that's a lot of fun. Last year, the Florida Georgia teams played in the exhibition game, baseball, and they had a big concert after it. Mike is chiming in and saying he went last year, hoping to go again this year. It was a lot of fun. He'll concur, I guarantee you. But last year, and I haven't heard the entertainment. Mike, you may know. Somebody may know. Shame on me. I haven't looked into it. But last year, after the game, it only took they had all like flatbeds and things. But if you were at the game, the baseball game, and this was like Friday night of Florida, Georgia. You know how this town is. The town is hopping, man. Duval County, Jacksonville, the beach. The baseball game ended 10:30 or so, 25 minutes. They get the stage in the outfield. They let everybody onto the outfield, and he had a big 80s concert, and it was fun. It was headlined. It was headlined by Vanilla Ice, and I think Tone Loc was there. There were 2 or 3 other ones, but it was a blast. The weather was perfect, which this time of year normally it is. So yeah, it was definitely Vanilla Ice last year. I remember, and Vanilla Ice did a good job. And I don't want to pick at anybody because Lord knows I'm far from my high school weight, but or my 80s weight, I should say, 1980s. But Vanilla was in pretty good shape. He represented pretty well, moved around pretty good, and he's always kind of a tall, skinny guy anyway. A couple of the other 80s folks, and they shall remain nameless. Yeah. But they didn't push away from the dinner table. But hey, they put on a good show. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll find out who the entertainment is. But we hope to do our show next Friday, down near the baseball stadium. We're talking to a couple of venues, and we'd like to do it at the stadium, the baseball stadium, but there's situations with rights holders and things like that. Our stations, we're not the official station of the Florida Gators, so you run into situations where you can't be on this premises. So I'm working. Bear with me. We hope to pull that off next Friday. And if you're heading to the game, or if you're just down in that area, which about 100,000 people that aren't going to the game on Friday and Saturday, we'll be down there. Come by, say hi. We'll have firm plans the rest of this week so you can make your plans. And then I think we're going to try and do kind of the same thing that following Tuesday, which is November 4th, because Florida and South Florida open up the college basketball season in the arena. What is that, 2-3 days after Florida, Georgia football? And we're going to try to do the same thing, kind of do our show right there so Patrick and I can kind of scoot right into the arena and take in the basketball game. So we hope to see you folks. Obviously, we love all of our 5 locations, and there's occasions where we try to take the show on the road to different locations, and we thank our sponsors that will let us do that, most notably Bricks Jacks Beach, our Friday sponsor, and, of course, right here in a couple of Tuesdays, if we can pull it off, we will. It will, of course, be a Tuesday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show, presented by Hurricane Join the Creek. But we'll just kind of do it in another location. Compliments of the good folks here, Josh and Callie. So keep your ears on. A lot of potential fun, kind of special sort of event kind of remotes coming up out and about, in addition to all of our 5 Monday through Friday remotes. So a lot going on. I hope you can hang out as we do it here the next few weeks. Boy, the weather's great too. Oh my goodness, weather's just great. This temperature, I'd like it to be a little more sunny, but man, you cannot beat this temperature. What I really love about this time of year, and it happens all the time, particularly when you live by yourself. Okay, I live by myself, so I don't have to worry about somebody else's thermostat. Are they hot? Are they cold? Things like that. These next 3 or 4 months, I win the electric bill battle. I win. I'm telling you, I won't have much air or heat on. When it gets cold a little bit later, a lot of times living by myself, man, when I get home, I'll take me a little space heater and plug it up and blow it there on my feet while I'm watching TV. But I won't turn on the big heater, and I won't turn on the air conditioner. So these next 3 or 4 months, you need to win. You need to get the electric win, if you know what I mean. I know a lot of you folks do know what I'm talking about. Get your win, because we're going to turn around, and it's going to be June again. It's going to be hot as hell. They win. JEA wins that time of year. We win this time of year, at least I do. And I've got one of those homes that kind of I rent a place, and it's kind of got a big tree. And I've been very lucky. I've been in this place for several years. And I've got a thermostat and a system that I can leave and turn it up, because when I get home, if I need to turn it on or bump it down, it's that quick. It doesn't take forever. And I know you're not supposed to do that, but man, I save a lot over the next 3 or 4 months. And it's my little secret. Hopefully you know it as well. All right, one down, a long way to go. Let's come back, talk some Heisman Trophy. Halfway through, who would win it? Who would I hand it to? Who would you hand it to? Make your argument. I'll make mine. I think there's 3 leaders in the clubhouse right now. And I'll throw a dark horse. One guy, I think that if his team and his actual play continue on the trajectory it goes, this guy could throw his name in the mix, because they've got a couple more big games as well. That and a whole lot more. Terry Norvelle coming to you on a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday edition, brought to you, of course, by Hurricane Join the Creek.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options, and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 143-2579.
I need a little help here. You folks can help jog my memory a little bit. Is that the phrase? Is it jog your memory? Yeah, I guess jog my memory. Take a look at the skyline of Jacksonville here on a Tuesday. I want to thank our Tuesday host. We are located, of course, in the heart of Mandarin at Wings-Julington Creek. They do a super job with the wings, their tacos, their burgers, and just their hospitality. Always something going on. We've got our show every Tuesday, 4 to 6. Happy hour from 7 o'clock. Trivia coming up at 7 o'clock every Tuesday. They've got all kind of stuff going on throughout the week. Specials galore. They're on the corner. Plenty of parking sometimes in Mandarin can be rough. Plenty of parking in the front, in the back, and they've got an outdoor patio that's rentable indoors. Just a lot of good stuff. They got good ideas, and it's a fun place. Wings-Julington Creek. Jog my memory. Were the Ravens really 0-2 this year? I mean, I'm happy as hell. That's my Super Bowl pick, and I think they're going to win the Super Bowl, and I kind of rooting for them, particularly when Derrick Henry went over. But weren't they 0-2? Goodness gracious, they look as good as anybody in the league. Before we get to some of the stuff we talked about before the break, including the Heisman, the way the Heisman race looks halfway through the season, I got to get this out. This was on the top of the sports headlines I saw a few minutes before we went on the air. And I just chuckled. So it says the top headline says LeBron. And, obviously the NBA season is right here upon us. Never upon us, right? So the headline, LeBron, don't have to rush pairing with Bronny. Well, am I missing something here? LeBron, you're the one rushing this. As a matter of fact, you're the one making it a fraud because Bronny shouldn't be in the league. But you go on to read this, and LeBron says, and I quote, whenever about him and Bronny playing on the same team in the same game in a regulation NBA game, which I don't see how anybody can consider this legit. But so LeBron in the article, after saying, hey, we don't have to rush this thing. Well, LeBron, you're the one at 39 that's rushing it. As a matter of fact, you're concocting it because it's not real. Whenever it happens, it will happen, he said. Bron said after Lakers shoot around Tuesday morning. If it's tonight or if it's down the line, where it happens, it will happen. But it's been a treat. And just in preseason, the practices, just every day, just bringing him up to speed of what this professional life is all about and how to prepare every day as a professional. Well, Bronny, you really are not that level of a professional. I'm being serious. I know it sounds like I'm being mean and facetious, but does anybody out there other than LeBron James, and I guess Bronny, I wonder what Bronny thinks, but does anybody not named LeBron James in the universe think that when they both are on the court in a regulation NBA game and the clock starts running and ticking down, so it's a factual situation that a son and a father played in the game, same team, for the first time ever in the NBA. Does anybody that's legit not named LeBron James? No. Why are they making such a big deal? It's a fraud. Anyway, I thought that was, thought that was absolutely hilarious. LeBron James, boy, he never ceases. What a great player. Not picking at LeBron. He's had a great career. He's lived up to it. You know, a lot of them don't live up to it. It's hard to live up to it. It really is. I mean, LeBron James, in terms of the prodigy, hey, man, have you heard about this kid in this sport at 13, 14, be it tennis, be it baseball with a big arm, or be it Bryce Harper in baseball, be it basketball, be it golf, of course, Tiger. It's hard to live up to that. LeBron did. He really did. He met expectations and exceeded them. Like LeBron, I'm okay with LeBron. I don't think he's a great spokesperson for the game, but great player. Great player. Heisman Trophy. Okay, halfway through the season, and I think I know where some of the feel-good kind of story votes are going to go, because it always happens like that. We love the underdog. We love the underdog. But right now, we're basically halfway through the college football season. I think, in my mind, and I think I've got this right, I think the Heisman Trophy right now is a 3-horse race. I think right now, if I was handing out the Heisman Trophy and taking all blinders off and not, well, let's give it to there's too many people that'll say, let's give it to the little school guy because they never get one. Well, to me, that doesn't count. To me, that's ridiculous when you're trying to talk legitimate. If I handed the Heisman Trophy out right now, I would not even think twice. There he is. Big man, ready when you are. Josh, the owner here. Jack's about time. I think a lot of sports bar owners think that. If I was handing out the Heisman Trophy right now, I would have 100% confidence that I'm doing the right thing. Cam Ward would win the Heisman Trophy. Cameron Ward, the quarterback at Miami, has been nothing short of spectacular. He has the gaudy stats, and obviously he's a quarterback. He has great passing stats, but Miami is not all pass. It's not like they've just said, take this offense and throw it 550 times this year. You're going to have big stats. Miami's got a balanced offense. I mean, they throw it, they run it. Cam Ward has the stats, but even more than that, or a way to separate when you're trying to separate Heisman Trophy, the Heisman moments. And that's a real thing. The Heisman moments and plays, and the Heisman moment doesn't always have to be inside the final 30 seconds of a game. Of course, that leads to a Heisman moment if you produce. But there have been so many plays where Cam Ward's got his jersey pulling down and he somehow shakes loose. He spins around and almost throws a blind pass. He underhands one a la Mahomes. He was underhanding passes the other day. He sidearmed, and he's done that 10 to 15. He's had 10 to 15 jaw drop moments. Also great stats. Also led his team to an undefeated season, and he is clearly the leader on that football team. Absolutely, clearly the leader. I think the clear leader in the using that phraseology, the clear Heisman Trophy leader right now is Cam Ward. Cam Ward at Miami. I'm not sure if you could have a great argument. Now, I think the play guy, and most of, or not most, a lot of people would agree with this and say no. The kid from Boise State, Ashton Genty, if I'm pronouncing that right, the running back's piling up the numbers. He's had a real good year. He's going to get a lot of let the little schools. The little schools never get it. Let the small schools He's the guy. You got to give it to him. Got to give it to him. His numbers are unbelievable. I jotted them down somewhere. They're really nice. Really, he got 17 touchdowns, I think. He's ran for 1,200 yards, half the season to go. He's got a chance to put up gaudy numbers. His team is good. Boise State is 5-1. Do you realize Boise State is leading right now, the leading team in the clubhouse to get the Group of 5 bid? Boise is 5-1, 2-0 in their conference. They play a huge game Friday against UNLV. That's the top 2 teams in their conference. My separation between NT, the running back at Boise State, and Cam Ward right now, I think Ward's had a better year. I certainly think Ward. Now, Miami hasn't played a great schedule, but they played a much, much, much better schedule than Boise top to bottom. Boise has one loss on the year, and it was by 2 or 3 points, close game, like 37-35 to Oregon. Quality loss. Oregon's a quality team, no one team in the nation, so there's a great feather in Boise's cap. They don't really play anybody else. I think Miami's schedule is much more difficult. And I think if you flip those 2 players, this may not be fair, but if you put Cam Ward on Boise State's schedule, I think his passing numbers would be unbelievably gaudy. They're big now. They're real big. He leads the nation in passing, I do believe. And the flip side, though Miami hasn't played a great schedule, I think it's discernibly better than the Boise State schedule. I would go Ward 1, Genty 2. I think a solid number 3, and this guy's got a chance now. He's got a chance. Most of these guys have a chance because they got some bigger games and head turners, I should say. I think Dylan Gabriel at Oregon has put up a really, really nice year. Interesting. In that top 3 that I just gave you, number 2 and number 3 played each other. Oregon beat Boise State. Genty had 177 yards and a couple, 2 or 3 touchdowns. Gabriel had a nice game as well. So they played head-to-head. Gabriel's team got the win, albeit very close, and they had kind of neutral stats. They kind of neutralized each other. But right now, halfway through the season, if I handed out the Heisman Trophy, top 3, Cam Ward would win it, Genty probably 2, and Gabriel 3. Gabriel's got something that the other ones don't have. He's quarterbacking the number 1 team in the nation. If Oregon was to run the table through the regular season, you've got to believe that Gabriel would be right in the middle of all that, and he could come out of the third hole and come around and pass these guys. Cam Ward, to really finish it off, it would help if Miami obviously wins out, obviously gets to the ACC championship game, and it would really help Cam Ward if that night, because remember the vote's not in yet all the way, that night, if Miami could tussle with a highly ranked Clemson team, beat Clemson, and Ward plays a good game. Miami suffers, though. They don't have a very good schedule. They don't have a lot of marquee teams on that schedule. And frankly, it looks like if Miami could have routed a Florida team mid-season as opposed to the beginning of the season, they got a little more panache. A lot of people forget about that Florida game. As good as Ward was, that game was so long ago. Ward 1, Genty 2, Gabriel 3. Now, I teased a little bit. I looked around hard. I don't see a lot of potential dark horse Heisman candidates that could swoop in and ride off with it. Just didn't see a lot. I looked at the numbers for the BYU quarterback. Decent. BYU's having a special year. They had a great comeback win the other night. I looked at a couple other guys. Nobody jumped off the page. I think one guy could be that dark horse. Now, his team's got to keep winning, and he's had a great season. Let me pull up their schedule before I tell you who it is real quick. But this could be a quiet dark horse Heisman guy. He's had a great first half of the season. He's put up big numbers. And let me check. I'm doing this a little bit covertly. Just had a big national game. His team, before I tell you who it is, had next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next 5 games, there's one massive game. So one game that this guy could theoretically thrust himself at or to the top of the Heisman. He's a dark horse now. They've got Kentucky. His team has Mississippi State at Georgia. Circle that one. UTEP, and at Vanderbilt. So 2 road games for this guy against Vanderbilt's ranked now, by the way. Vanderbilt is ranked. The potential dark horse I could see swooping in, particularly with the rest of that schedule, is running back Dylan Sampson from Tennessee. Really, really good back. He's gone for over 100, I think, in all but one game. He's sitting on 838 yards rushing, 17 touchdowns, 5.8 yards per carry. Now, Genty has much bigger numbers. My man Sampson's doing that against SEC defense. He's a guy, and that Georgia game at Georgia, and that Vanderbilt game Tennessee plays at Vanderbilt. If Tennessee finishes out the season and he has 2 big games against those 2 teams the rest of the way, I could see him sliding in there. I don't see a whole lot of other. Maybe you've got somebody that you're thinking of from a Heisman perspective that that could swoop in and make a run. But that's kind of how I see it. What about the year for Cam? What about not only the year for Cam Ward at Miami? Think about his career. Think about his career. And think about how good the portal has been to Cam Ward. He started at Incarnate Word. Yes, there's a college called Incarnate Word. I've heard them before. They play a little bit of football. In a low. Cam Ward started at Incarnate Word, went to Washington State, used it all but 1 year, hit the free agent market, the portal, and he said, wait a minute, Miami needs a quarterback. But I got some good players. And I'm sure from up in that area, he played against Cristobal when Cristobal was at Oregon. Now Cristobal is his head coach. Think about Cam Ward, where he came from. Holy cow. And I think he's a legitimate, he's not real tall, but the shorter quarterback has got life now in the NFL if you've got some other traits. But think about his run. I mean, he's the odds-on favorite to win the freaking Heisman Trophy, and he's got his team undefeated and very, very highly ranked. All right, let's take a break here. After that Heisman talk, we can keep that going if you would like. NFL Power Rankings, I like to look at these once a week. We'll jump into that, and I'll start setting up as we're wrapping up hour number 1, kind of the rest of the week. We got a little baseball coming up at the end of the week, if you've heard. I hate the way the World Series at times gets buried this time of year, but it should be a good one. East Coast, West Coast, West Coast, East Coast. It's always fun when you get that. Let's take a break. Come back. Terry Norvelle coming to you live from our Tuesday home, Hurricane-Julington Creek.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
Since 1936, Procter Ace has been proudly helping Jax with all your home and garden projects. Whether you need tools, paint, plumbing supplies, or expert advice, we've got what you need to get the job done right. Looking to brighten your yard? Visit our garden center for plants, tools, and everything to make your outdoor space flourish. You're not just shopping here, you're part of our community. So come in today and let us help you tackle your next project with a smile. After all,
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When I say it means something to me, gentlemen, it means something to me.
High school football is back and it's bigger than ever. Welcome to the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
It is bigger than a game.
Watch the biggest games each week live as the action unfolds with instant reaction and analysis from our Hall of Famer, Kevin Sullivan. It starts with live look-ins at the top matchups, including our Jaguars Prep Whataburger Game of the Week, and that is just the beginning of 4 straight hours of coverage. From 8 to 10:30, the Friday Night Zone Blitz is streaming on our Action News Jax app and online. At 10:30, the Friday Night Blitz you know and love. A half hour of highlights from around the area. 11 o'clock, we shine the spotlight on the bands that pump up the crowd. 11:15, it's time to blitz through the highlights online and on air. Then 11:35, back to the stream to break down the night's results with a reaction from local coaches. 4 straight hours of high school football on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Only on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
Every time we're set up here on a Tuesday, here being Hurricanes in Julington Creek, you know it by now, great place for wings, great menu. Every time I'm here, 4 to 6, our happy hour show on Tuesdays, this is our home. A lot of people take advantage of the order online, swing in, and pick it up. You can tell these are people that have been grinding away, most likely in the office all afternoon. And they said, man, I ain't going to cook, and I live here in Mandarin, or I live in Georgia Creek, and good idea. They can prepare, obviously you can get burgers and tacos and things like that, but man, you can't go wrong. Get you a bunch of things, order them up, swing by, pick them up on your way home, and the heck with getting that kitchen all dirty. Another great service they offer here at Hurricane Julington Creek. I want to thank Callie and Josh, the owner-operators, who do a super job hosting us every single Tuesday. We'll have some trivia coming up about 5:30. As well. A couple things I want to hit. Hey, I wanted to throw this out. Got a real nice email Sunday, I think it was, and this happens just about every week. You know, we've been giving away 2 Florida Gator football tickets all season to home games. Every home game, we give away 2 tickets, and this past weekend, we gave them to Rob Lewis. He was the lucky name that we threw out, and I got the ticket squared away and got them transferred into his email. And it was odd a little bit. Normally, and everybody's been very gracious, all of our winners all year. We've got 2 more giveaways. We'll give away 2 tickets to the home LSU Florida game and then the home Ole Miss Florida game. But normally, the first 3 or 4 times we've done it, and I'm not fishing here for anything, but, we kind of do it late in the week and send out the notice and say, hey, you were the lucky drawer. Your name came out drawn to win the tickets. And here they are, blah, blah, blah. And generally I get and I'll even ask for a confirmation. Hey, can you just reach back out to me? You got this. The transfer went okay, blah, 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 blah. And the first 3 or 4 times we've done it, yeah, we get I get the nice response and everything's happy. Well, it was crickets. It was crickets on Thursday and Friday. And I really didn't think much of it until, gosh, it was midday Saturday, and the game this past Saturday in games, it was a 7:45 kickoff. So, oh my goodness! I said, man, I hope they went okay, and never heard anything. Never heard anything. I did the transfer on my end like normal, and then Sunday got a real nice email. Rob Lewis, our winner, said, hey man, listen, I didn't check my email until mid to late Saturday morning. I had to hustle, get a babysitter, but me and I think he said his son, we took off and caught the Florida-Kentucky game. We had a great time, he said in his email, and he was very, very kind. So keep your ears on. We'll give away 2 more pair and 2 good games. Woo! Woo! LSU and Ole Miss. Had a fun time all season long giving these away. Speaking of our show on location, tomorrow, our Wednesday Hump Day location is and has always been for a long, long time. We will be tomorrow at Twin Peaks. You know that by now, 4 to 6, saying hi and talking to the young ladies and serving up some great food, ice cold beer, 29-degree draft beer, and Twin Peak Girls super TV setup over there in that south side area at the intersection of Kernan and, of course, Atlantic is right where you'll find Twin Peaks. Will be there tomorrow, Thursday Sliders, and Friday Bricks Jacks Beach. All right, I teased it a little bit. Told you a little bit about the NFL. We'll start the college games coming up that we need to pay attention to, and we'll probably carry it over into hour number 3. Hour number 2. Some meaningful games, some kind of put up or shut up games, and there are a lot of teams that you wouldn't think are having big seasons, and they're a game or 2 away from really going to the next level. Here are some games you need to keep an eye on college football-wise coming up this weekend, and I kind of start with Thursday. Thursday, a really big game out of the ACC. You've got Syracuse, first-year coach Fran Brown. That guy is off the Kirby Smart tree. Fran Brown, Syracuse, 5-1 overall, 2-1 in the ACC. They are on the road Thursday night. They take on Pitt, the Pitt Panthers. If you haven't noticed, the Pitt Panthers, Pat Narduzzi, who I think is a pretty good coach, Pitt, 6-0 overall, 2-0 in the ACC. A big, big game in the ACC Thursday night. And a little bit of knowledge you may not be aware of. You know who the Pitt Panthers offensive coordinator is? Cade Bell, as in Kerwin Bell's son. He's in his early 30s. He got into coaching right when he got done with his schooling at JU, and he played a little quarterback at JU. Played a lot of quarterback at JU, actually. But Cade got right into coaching. It was like a grad assistant on his father's staff and kind of got away from his dad like you should do and cut his teeth some other places. Cade Bell. And they just won a low-scoring game a week or so ago, but Pitt put up points. Cade Bell, year number 1, the offensive coordinator at Pittsburgh. And the Panthers are undefeated. Friday, this game will get some eyeballs. And it'll get some eyeballs mainly because of the player we talked about last segment. Friday, you have Boise State, Heisman hopeful, legitimate Heisman hopeful, Ashton Genty. Boise State is 5-1, 2-0 in their conference. They are at UNLV. UNLV made news off the field. Their quarterback said, hey, man, I didn't get the NIL money. I'm out. But they're pretty good. Barry Odom, former Missouri head football coach Barry Odom, is the head coach at UNLV. UNLV is 6-1, 2-0 in their conference. So this is a big game for first place in their conference. Boise State, because of their ranking right now, if the season ended right now, Boise State would get the group of 5, the highest ranked group of 5, and the Heisman stuff. Friday night, very watchable game. Boise State at UNLV. So it doesn't happen all the time, but Thursday and Friday you have very watchable games. We'll start getting into the Saturday games. We may have to get back in segment number 1 in hour number 2. Right out of the gate, you haven't seen Notre Dame much because their schedule's been so bad. Notre Dame's got a bad schedule. And it's starting to really make me mad. Notre Dame is going to make the playoff just by throwing their hat in the ring. They have a very weak schedule. They have one loss to Northern Illinois. They do have a good win right now over Texas A&M, the first game of the year. Nobody saw A&M coming. Notre Dame really needs Texas A&M to win a bunch more football games. With that being the case, Notre Dame, 6-1 overall. They're still right about 13th or 14th, I think. They are at Navy. Oh, my God. This has got to be, and don't get me wrong, I know Navy historically in the last 30, 40, 50 years Navy has played some big games against Army because they're A, it's Army-Navy, number one. B, they're trying to win the Commander-in-Chief trophy a lot of times. That means a lot. That means a lot. But I'm telling you, folks, this Saturday, Notre Dame at Navy, this has got to be the biggest Navy football game in 60 years. And I throw out 60 on purpose. I mean, we're talking back when Roger Staubach was quarterbacking Navy and winning a Heisman Trophy. And Navy was still sort of relevant. How many? There should be a huge amount of eyeballs on that game. The Notre Dame pool and the Navy pool. How many people, how many Navy servicemen and women, current, former, around the world are going to be dialing up something to dial up something to dial up something to get that game? This will be a huge game for Navy. And I haven't seen them play much. I've seen highlights of Navy this year, but I do know they've got a quarterback named Horvath, a really good athlete. And I do know this. Navy's got a new coach, and they've got a bit of a new philosophy. You're not going to see the option, veer, wishbone, option, veer, option, veer, wishbone every play out of Navy. They've opened it up on offense. They do a lot more than just option football and quarterback power. Notre Dame at Navy, a must-peek-at game. Another game is going to be some kind of a battle. Don't look now, but your boy Brett Bielema, by way of Arkansas, by way of Washington, Brett Bielema can coach. He knows the college football game. He's now entrenched in Illinois. He's been there for several years. Illinois 6-1. I think their only loss was to Indiana. Illinois on the road Saturday at Oregon. Possible trap game. Possible trap game for Oregon. Emotional win. The Ducks 7-0 overall, 4-0 in the Big Ten. The Big Ten game. Illinois at Oregon. Huge game. And I tell you, a game that a lot of people are going to be paying attention to. And a lot of people will be watching this game Saturday, and they'll kind of be rubbing their eyes a little bit when they flash the record on the screen for Alabama. Halfway through the season. It's not like the season's over, and you're going to see a 2-in-the-loss column. Alabama has played 7 football games. Barely halfway point. Just over halfway. And they've got 2 losses. Alabama, coming off their second loss, looking pretty bad, especially on offense, is at home, 5-2, 2-2 in the SEC. They take on Missouri, 21 in the nation. Missouri quietly hidden from just about all publicity. Missouri, and they do it ugly. They play ugly football. Missouri 6-1, 2-1. This is an elimination game. This is an elimination game. Missouri is at Alabama. And, folks, I don't know if Alabama's going to win this game. Missouri is going to do everything they can to turn this into a rock fight. Missouri's not a pretty team. They're not a sexy team. But I'll tell you one thing. What Brady Cook did Saturday, did you hear the story? And we'll hold it right here, and we'll come back after the top of the hour and finish off the college schedule. But, I mean, this was Superman stuff Brady Cook did Saturday. Missouri is at home in an early game playing Auburn. Auburn, bad season. Auburn, kind of, you could tell they rallied the troops. They kind of circled this game at Missouri last Saturday. This is our last one to maybe go out and get a good, solid win. Missouri's been ranked all year. Auburn dominated the game. Auburn's up like 17-6 in the second half. They've dominated the game early in the game, and here's where the Superman comes in. Early in the game, Brady Cook, the starting quarterback from Missouri, goes out with a non-contact just dropped in the heat. I think it was ankle. Brady Cook, the starter from Missouri, comes out of the game. I mean, he misses multiple quarters. Comes out of the game. Missouri does nothing on offense. Pieces a little bit together here and there. But Auburn has dominated the game. Brady Cook came out early in the game. Not only did he come out of the game, he left the stadium. You heard that right. He left Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, went to a nearby hospital to get a quick MRI, comes back, gets inserted to the game, and leads the comeback. That's good stuff, man. That is good. They reported he went to a local hospital. He didn't go to an MRI underneath, and some stadiums have that. Nope. Left the stadium, left the game, left the stadium, comes back, wins the game, comes back in the stadium and wins the game. Good stuff. All right, we've got a bunch of other games in the college ranks that we want you to be aware of. Some real meaningful ball games. Bounce back Saturday. Who would have thought halfway through the season, Texas and Alabama are looking at a bounce back Saturday? And who would have thought just over halfway through the SEC season, that this Saturday's absolute marquee game in the SEC would not include Georgia, Texas, Alabama. We'll tell you who it is on the other side. One down, 1 hour to go. Remember, we'll have some fun trivia at the bottom of the hour. I know you look forward to it. I know we do as well. Thank you as we take a break to our Tuesday home Hurricane.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained. and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at BoldCityAC.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. BoldCityAC.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at BoldCityAC.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
Hey, before we get back into some college football talk, I want to throw out some bad news for the Tampa Bay Bucs. It appears they're taking a major hit at the wide receiver position. Two of their starters, Chris Godwin, out for the year. So a tough game the other night for the Bucs, and Mike Evans out through their bye week, so he's going to miss some time as well. Devastating injuries at the wide receiver position for the Tampa Bay Bucs, who are having a pretty good season. They ran into a buzzsaw obviously with Baltimore, but the Bucs are in the thick of that thing. So not great news for Tampa, which Tampa Bay and the Miami Hurricanes, really the two teams kind of holding it together for our Florida football season. Been a rough one for this area, but those things will happen. Hey, before we get back into some more college football talk, I want to preview a little bit the rest of the week as I started earlier. Tomorrow we're at Twin Peaks. We'll have Brent Beard with a bunch of college football news and notes as we do on Wednesdays. Dr. Aaron Bates from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist will join us, and we'll cover a lot of injuries. Unfortunately, we'll work in a lot of different sports. That's Wednesday, in addition to our normal host of different topics. Thursday, of course, we're at Sliders Oyster Bar on Thursday. We're going to visit with Kate Kistner, our baseball guy, our baseball expert from Sports Illustrated. Thursday, Kate will come on and kind of preview the Friday start of the World Series. Cannot wait for the World Series. Man, this thing, I would be really, really surprised if it doesn't go at least 6 games. I'd be stunned if somebody swept or somebody really goes 4-1. I think these teams are well matched. There's some injury situations on both sides. Talking about some of the injuries to each team. Rizzo's got the 2 broken fingers. I think that might have affected his fielding, his glove hand fielding for the Yankees. Freddie Freeman, man, did the Dodgers rush him back in 10 days? He had a bad sprained ankle. He came back a few games ago, 10 days, and they said it should have taken about 3 weeks. He got injured again. Now, will this time off help Freddie Freeman? But he might have come back a little early, and that's what, you run the risk. Of course, the time he came back, those games were the biggest games. But now you're like, oh, man, if you could have held him out and he didn't re-aggravate that injury. So we'll have a lot, unfortunately, to talk about on Wednesday with Dr. Bates. But we'll get into some deep World Series previewing. I think the Dodgers are a slight favorite, I saw. They are the home team. When I say home team, they would have 4 of 7 games at their place if it goes that far. So it's 2-3-2. So first 2 are in L.A. The next 3, if needed, would be in New York. And the final 2, if needed, would be in L.A. They got that by virtue of the best overall record. And that's how it's done. Thank God. You remember the one where it used to just bounce back and forth. I don't know if you remember those days. The home team for the World Series would bounce back and forth. Then it went to the All-Star game winner, right? Remember that? Remember how bad that was? The winner of the All-Star game, American or National League, would get the World Series. That was terrible. So now they've gone to the highest winning percentage. And if it's tied, they'll look at head-to-head because everybody does play everybody in Major League Baseball at least one series. So we'll get deep into MLB talk, World Series talk on Thursday before Friday's opening game. Let's get back to where we were at with regard to the college football upcoming schedule. We left off with Notre Dame, Navy. We got to Illinois. No, actually, we got all the way down to Missouri, Alabama. Boy, that is a big game for Kalen. I mean, he's not in trouble in terms of year one and getting fired, no, but my goodness. The Alabama football coach and the Alabama nation, they just don't like to think of having 2 losses in your first 7 games. And a lot of people point out, well, wait a minute, Terry. Nick Saban's first year in 07 at Alabama, they lost a bunch of games, and they lost to Louisiana Monroe. Yes, they did. But, folks, put this in your pipe and smoke it. Alabama was not preseason top 5, predicted to be great. Nick Saban took over a floundering Alabama program. They were a mess. What were they coming out of, the Mike Dubose or Mike Shula? Nick Saban took over, and there weren't high expectations. They were in full rebuild mode. Kalen DeBoer took over. Alabama was, it would be a shock to Bama Nation if they don't make the playoff, and it doesn't look like it will. DeBoer he's over a pretty ready-made program. That's the big difference. That is going to be an interesting game. If Missouri can turn it into a rock fight, Missouri is better set up to beat Alabama 21-18 than 42-35. And Missouri's got a way of getting you to play their style of football. Other games to keep an eye on coming up in college football. Who would have ever thought this would have made the list? Week 9 in college football this year. 5th ranked Texas, and they're only 5th ranked because they just lost their number 1 ranking. Texas, 6-1 now, 2-1 at number 25 Vanderbilt. That is a game that has SEC ramifications. Who would have ever thought, anybody, including myself, would have said that? The game coming up on October 26th. Vanderbilt at home, 4:15 SEC Network, and they will take on 5th-seeded Texas, having already beat Alabama. In what universe does Vanderbilt have a at least puncher's chance of beating in the same football season Alabama and Texas? They've got a puncher's chance. Keep an eye on that game. A game coming up Saturday night that I unfortunately think could get away for one of these teams on the ugly side, the Miami Hurricanes. And there's still a little question about Miami. Obviously, we all love Cam Ward. I think he's going to win the Heisman Trophy if he continues his pace. What is Miami? Are they real good? Are they real lucky? Are they somewhere in the middle? Miami, the Hurricanes, back home Saturday night. They take on Ball State. Oh, my goodness gracious. And let me tell you something. That is as nasty a rivalry as you're going to find. Mario Cristobal was reared in that rivalry. He's played in it a bunch as a player. He's coached in it. He's back coaching in it. FSU better hold on now. If Miami gets it going, they will be happy to put 50 to 60 points on the board. Miami, undefeated, 7-0. Overall, undefeated in the conference. Florida State, 1-6, 1-5 in the ACC, coming off a miserable performance. Oh, Friday night in Durham was bad. Oh, and I think what made it even worse for me, I watched every play like most people did. I assume that Duke going in with a 5-1 record, they're now 6-1 after beating Florida State, but Duke went in with a 5-1 record. I have seen a lot of Duke football this year, saw a lot of them under Mike Elko last year. I assumed Duke was just at least decent on offense. The Blue Devils were good on defense. They got after it. They had a nasty front four. Duke's offense is putrid. Absolutely putrid. Florida State teams of the past could have beat that Duke team with just special teams and defense. I had no idea Duke was that bad on offense, and Florida State got beat by them. Ooh. Oh, how in the world has this season gone that sideways? That's a discussion for another day. Big Ten game to keep an eye on. Wisconsin still hanging around, 5-2, 3-1. Wisconsin is at home, probably the biggest game of their season now. They take on Penn State. Penn State spit the hook out at Southern Cal. Boy, they were about the Penn State a couple weeks ago, weren't they? Penn State was about the Penn State, but they got the win over the Nittany Lions. 6-0 overall, 3-0 in the Big Ten, chasing a title game appearance in the Big Ten. They're at Wisconsin. Keep an eye on that game. a sneaky, fun team that I don't think many people have seen. If you are a Florida State fan, you probably have because you played these guys. If you've got an extra 10 minutes Saturday and you're around the TV and SMU and Duke are playing, do yourself a favor. Take an extra 10 minutes, if you haven't already, and watch SMU when they're on offense. You'll be glad you did. They have a fun offense. They got a little quarterback that knows how to run it. They got a bunch of quick guys. They go up tempo a lot. SMU on offense is a lot of fun. They're 22nd in the nation, by the way. 6-1, 3-0. They're at Duke. If you get a chance, I'm telling you, do yourself a favor and watch. And they're still in the thick of it. They're still in the thick of the ACC championship game. Now, final game I wanted to get out, and this is one preseason we would have never said this is the marquee SEC game of the year to this point, and it's deep in the season. Who would have ever thought LSU at Texas A&M? Hell, who would have thought after week 1, LSU loses what? To USC, right? They lost in that game in Vegas. LSU lost their season opener. Texas A&M loses a heartbreaker in their season opener to Notre Dame. At that point, would you ever have thought, as we fast forward to Saturday, October 26th, that LSU at A&M would be the biggest game in the SEC that day? Unreal. Texas A&M has yet to lose after losing to Notre Dame to open the year. A&M 6-1, 4-0. They even battled losing their starting quarterback for a few games. They take on LSU 6-1, also 3-0 in the big contest in the SEC this coming Saturday. Oh, this SEC battle is going to be fun, fun, fun all the way through the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend when it'll be finished a little bit. And who knows? It wouldn't surprise me if when all the games are done, Thanksgiving Saturday weekend, that your boy Greg Sankey and the boys have to go back to the office and get the abacus out and anything else they can do to start running numbers to see who goes to the SEC championship game. All right, that's a good look at the college football weekend. We'll continue that during the week. Let's take another break here. We'll come back, and we may jump on some trivia. If Pat, looks like he's getting all his game notes ready for his trivia tonight at 7, so we'll throw Pat on and have some fun, which we do about this time every Tuesday here at Hurricanes in Julington Creek. Everybody say hi today, tomorrow, this weekend. You can't go wrong. Great menu, great wings, tremendous burgers, and don't sleep on the tacos at Hurricanes Julington Creek.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation, pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com, and while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Here's our look at the skyline. Boy, that blue is fighting. It's fighting as I welcome back there in Norvelle here at Hurricane-Julington Creek. We're joined by Trivia Pat.
Hey guys,
Did you see the blue?
I did.
Fighting there. We've had that overcast look for 2 months.
That happens in Jacksonville.
Yeah. But the blue is fine. That's all we're missing right now. The temperature's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Right. The temperature's great. If we can just get this haze and get some more sunshine, it's perfect. But man, what a good time of year.
It is.
Fall's a great time of year. You born and raised here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
From Jacksonville.
Same here.
Yes, sir.
Same here. And you know the deal. As we welcome you back, got some trivia we're going to get to here as we do on Tuesdays and have a little bit of fun. Solo today. Patric's got an appointment, and I'm going solo.
I think you got it.
We'll double team it. No, we'll have some fun. But yeah, the problem we always have in Jacksonville, in my opinion, as I got older, I used to always like summertime. Get hot, get quick, stay hot. Blah blah. Well, you get older. I think you generally start appreciating fall and spring a lot more. But our only issue here is they don't last long enough here.
No.
You know, they're in and out. In and out. About time we start getting in this good fall routine, it'll start getting rainy and cold. You know, that little bit we have a couple months. But you know what? Before we know it, it'll be May, June, hotter than hell.
There'll be that I survived Jacksonville winter.
Yeah.
It's a day.
And, you know, you have to admit that our springs around here are nice. They only last about 4 or 5 weeks, but they're nice.
Yeah.
Springs are real. I'm
not a fan of the pollen. That's always gotten me. I'm from here, but I've never gotten used to the pollen.
Are you a hay fever guy, or you just don't like the
hay fever?
I'm not. You know, and these poor people, I have generally a day or two where I'm snorting and itching eye and itching, but only a day or two. I feel for the people that have it.
I'm pretty much once a week.
Yeah, and the people that really get it, they'll keep it they'll have that 3-week thing.
Yeah,
they'll just be miserable for 3 weeks. And there's really, I guess they can take stuff and all, but you just got to let Mother Nature run its course. And then it gets all over the cars and all.
I have a black truck.
Oh boy.
So.
Oh boy. We were talking before we get to some trivia. Your big passion, Jaguars, really.
Yes.
You like college football, but
yes,
NFL and Jaguars. Boy, 2 things from Sunday's Jaguars win. Number one, first, really watching New England. Obviously, I know the record and knew it was 1-5 versus 1-5. You knew I didn't expect much. And yeah, they jumped out to a good start, but as that game played on, my God, New England's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a must-win for the Jaguars. That could have kicked them to sleep if you if they pissed around and let the first quarter get into the second quarter and third quarter. They aren't Carolina bad last year and this year, but New England has nothing. I mean, nothing.
I mean, the rookie quarterbacks. You can tell he's got something.
Defensively, they have nothing. Yeah, they've got some. I'm glad I don't mean cut you off, but they've got a little bit to work with on offense. But man,
they need a receiver too.
Yeah. Boutte is okay, but they need a couple guys. I told the story yesterday, it was Monday, and not blowing my own horn here or anything, but my broadcast career, I was a college baseball player, but I love college football. It's my hobby, it's my passion, and my career has been lucky enough. Over the years, I've done a lot of college football stuff, radio and TV stuff, TV shows and Saturday morning college shows and on location. I've been to, we've done Friday radio from Knoxville and Tallahassee and Gainesville and Coral Gables and Athens and Baton Rouge and Auburn. So where I'm going with this, getting back to yesterday, what I said, New England, particularly on defense, was so bad. This rarely happens. I'm not a huge NFL guy, but because of my college roots and what I love about college, it's rare that I'm watching an NFL game, particularly early in the first quarter, when the TV boys at some point they'll flash this team's offense,
right,
and this team's defense, and the other team's offense, and the other.
Yeah.
It's rare that I don't see the 11 guys on. Okay, let's take a look at New England's defense.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize one guy.
One name.
Not one name.
Right.
I mean,
you recognize the name from college, and
I didn't recognize any name on the screen and go, oh, yeah, that guy was a good tight end for Iowa.
Yeah,
that guy. And generally, I can do that.
Yeah.
And not that I don't watch much lower division football, but generally the Power 5, the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah. Those are the guys.
There's a lot of guys on those teams.
Yeah.
Obviously, New England's offense, Drake May, UNC, Boutte, LSU receiver, the running back Stevenson, Oklahoma, played against Florida in a bowl. When they did all defense,
no one. Yeah.
Holy.
I'm trying to think myself right now.
It was name.
So,
and I'm not the end all be all, but my God.
Yeah, because of how Brian Thomas took advantage of him, Christian Gonzalez, I know, went to Oregon. That's the only name I can think of off the top of my head right now.
It's funny. I remember that name because of him getting burnt.
That's
and now, to his credit, he had one or two good coverages that Thomas made the catch and to throw. But, man, as that game played out, and I looked back that afternoon, I go, good God. Had the Jaguars stayed in that funk and lost that game to that team, whew. I mean, again, the worst team I've seen in the last several years in the NFL, and I haven't seen them, their team this year. Last year's Carolina team that came through here was beyond bad. I mean, and it was game 16. They had shut it down. But, man, what a win for they had to get that win with the 5. They've got I said this. I want your comment. Talking to Trivia Pat here before we get into some fun trivia. Jaguars went into Sunday's game with 1 win. I said going into the game against New England, it's a swing game. If they can beat New England to get to 2, they've got a way, we'll talk about it in a second, to get to 6 or 7 wins. And that's a losing season, but not the engine fell out of the car season.
Yeah.
If they lost Sunday,
right,
I thought they were going to finish the year with 2 or 3 wins. And that is 2-15, 3-14 is way different than 7-10.
You're talking Urban Meyer bad.
Just got off.
Team's bad.
Yes,
and we're not that team, though.
No,
we're not that bad.
That's why I thought that was a huge win. What they'll do, it's a tough. The next 5 are tough.
Yeah.
We wrote it down somewhere. 4 teams with 5 wins. I mean, the next 5 are Green Bay 5-2, Philly 4-2, Minnesota 5-1, Detroit 5-1, Houston 5-2, and a bunch of those are division leaders.
Yeah.
The next 5, I don't think there's a playoff team in their last 5. So the Jaguars, what'll happen, as you know, you follow the NFL, the last 3 or 4 weeks in the NFL, a lot of games pit 2 teams are done in the they're not making the playoffs, and they're throwaway. So the Jaguars, they got that second win. I think they can grab another 3 or 4, 2 or 3 at least out of that 5 and get to 6 or 7.
They have to.
Hell, they've got Tennessee twice still, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
They have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, off the top of my head, I know they play the Raiders in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they had the Raiders. They got
That's a
Tennessee
game
twice.
you have to take.
Indy again, I think.
Yeah.
Go beat Indy.
Yeah.
Indy, they got a win the other day. Indy, hell, they played Richardson. Richardson can't play. He can't play. They won because the other team was terrible.
Right.
I mean, they're better with Flacco, but they've got to play Richardson because
I wonder
he's the bonus
they
baby.
they have to be so scared to know that Flacco is better, but
And pro sports is like that. You see that in Major League Baseball. You play the bonus baby.
Yep.
Until he plays his way out and a couple years go by. But when they're young and they're near that contract, you play the bonus baby or you make yourself look stupid.
Yep.
You know, even though you look stupid by giving the bonus baby. All right, here we go. Let's mess around with some trivia. Let's talk some sports as we go. Have some fun. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
You got a question for me,
I
right?
got one little baseball, Major League Baseball, kind of World Series related. And it should be easy. I'm going to give you a time frame, and I think if you think it through, I want to know, tell me, and we can even leave it up on the, you want to get some help on the thing? If there
Yeah.
All right,
I
here
can
we
use some
go.
help, everybody.
Fun little teaser to get us in World Series mood here, which, by the way, starts on Friday. Can't wait for the World Series, by the way.
Who are you cheering for?
I
have no
Dodgers
horse in the
for
race.
sure.
Dodgers,
I hate the
okay.
Yankees.
Okay.
Yankees are like Notre Dame. I just hate Notre Dame.
Okay.
I hate the Yankees. Respect the hell out of the Yankees, and they got a hell of a team. This is a toss-up. I mean,
You think so?
the Dodgers, from what I understand, they came out today. They're just a this much favorite.
Okay.
Oh, these are clearly the two best teams.
Okay.
They both bash the ball. They both have good. They both, I think, have some of this. All right, okay, and they've both got massive superstars that have played like superstars.
Yeah.
That's helped baseball this year. Ohtani is a superstar, internationally known. He played like a superstar. Aaron Judge for the Yankees has made a comeback. From day one, he smashed the ball.
Yeah.
There's stars, Mookie Betts, and all these guys, and Yamamoto, the pitcher that came over from Japan. It's a good on paper series.
Okay.
Really good. I want the Dodgers, but I don't like the Yankees.
Okay.
I'm a Southern guy.
What if could it have been the Yankees and the Mets?
Oh, yeah.
Would that have been a possibility?
Absolutely, because they were the Mets were on the other.
Man, what do you think that would have done to New York?
It's happened before.
Okay.
They had a Subway Series. Clemens was playing, Mike Piazza. And it's not just a New York thing. It's horrible for TV. The TV guys hate it.
Okay.
It's very regionalized.
Yeah.
So outside, and like Kansas City and St. Louis have got they're too regionalized, but it stirs New York up. Yeah, they had one. The Yankees won it.
Okay.
They had a Subway Series before, and it was close. The Mets were close. They got knocked out by the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Okay. It was close. All right, let's talk a little World Series here. Let me see if I can phrase this right. Okay, I want you and or anybody watching on chat, tell me the first American Major League Baseball team to win a World Series game outside of the United States, and it happened in 1992. If you're a baseball guy, that 92 would kind of help you a little bit. But let me go over it again, okay?
Yeah.
Let me go over it again.
Yeah.
I want to know the very first ever American Major League Baseball team. They're still in the league, and it's American baseball team, right? Tell me the first American Major League Baseball team to ever win a World Series game played outside of the United States, and it happened in 1992.
An American baseball team.
Yep, it's a team, and they're in it right now, and they're beloved by a lot. This will give it away. They're beloved by a lot of people in this area. They've got a big following in Jax Vegas.
Jax Vegas. Well, yeah.
It's our little
yeah.
town.
Man, if you didn't say that, Terry.
Yeah, and I wanted this without a little context. You're not a huge baseball guy, and I get it.
No, because
Okay,
the Braves, the Atlanta Braves.
We have a winner.
I
have a
was
winner.
thinking, but didn't they go to the World Series in '95 or '96? Or was that?
But they had to play somebody like Toronto.
Right.
Outside.
Yeah,
Why would they played? They won it in '95, but they played Cleveland. Why would they play out of the United States?
So I was like, no, they won it in the mid '90s. I was like, it can't.
The Braves and the Blue Jays, Toronto Blue Jays, they came twice. But man, in the early '90s, that was Smoltz and Glavine and all those guys.
Yeah.
Those great Braves teams. But yeah, they played Toronto in a couple good series, at least one I remember. But the Braves won a game in Toronto.
I was thinking, okay, the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Blue Jays.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Old days it could have been the Expos when they had Montreal had a team. Remember those?
Yes.
Remember Montreal?
Yes.
I used to like Montreal.
I would love an Expos hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there you go. That's a little start. Little World Series trivia. All right.
You ready, Terry?
Yeah, let's have
Flying
a little fun
solo
here.
today?
Yeah, let's fly solo here. And if my producer wanted to whisper in my ear, feel free,
I would hear him too, right?
I don't know.
No?
I'm hoping he can hit a special button that you couldn't. And I'm playing the role of Patrick Young. Under the radar is our.
All right. Here we go, Terry. I'm gonna do you one too. You help me out. I'm help you out. The nickname. Legendary
nickname.
MLB player Pete Rose.
Charlie Hustle.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Like it.
All right.
Got that name when he was young. He'd get a base on balls, and he would kind of hustle down the first base.
Okay.
Kind of really, and everything he did hustle. He kind of instead of lollygag your position and back, I'm a pro. But no, he would almost full sprint to first base.
You don't see that anymore.
When he was young too.
Yeah.
Charlie Hustle, pretty good nickname.
I love that nickname actually.
He just died, right?
Yep.
Just died a few weeks ago. I like it.
Hang on.
I like it. So that was a 54,000 point question.
Yeah. Start low.
Do you have your lineup? You come here with your questions all set, or do you do them during the hour?
The actual show, I come here
your
all
show.
set. Yeah. There you go. Got them printed out and everything.
Right.
Yep. Where is Vanderbilt University located?
In one of my favorite cities ever, Nashville.
Why is it one of your favorites?
I think it's got everything.
Okay.
To me, it's southern as hell if you want that.
Yeah.
Obviously, country music. I'm not a country music person, but live music everywhere. It's southern. It's metropolitan. It's got an international airport. It's got multiple professional sports leagues.
Yeah.
Broadway is their. I think it's Broadway. Their strip is
Yeah.
the famous music strip where B.B. King's studio and Sun Records and Tootsie's. And I don't know how they do it, but I think downtown Nashville in that area, and it's very touristy now, and they keep it clean and they don't have a homeless problem, at least business. I don't know how they do it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they do it, but and their big arena, Bridgestone,
Right.
it is built right. It dumps out right into Broadway, the main strip, where so big games and big events and big concerts. If you're there, you're there, and there'll be 100,000 people outside. Yeah, I love it. You ever been there? I love Nashville.
No, not Nashville.
I haven't been in a while, but it's just set up neat. I like it.
That's something we're aiming for, right? With the stadium,
Yeah.
And downtown is trying to do something like that, a district.
I think every downtown stadium district wants that. They really do a nice job. Vanderbilt's there, obviously an incredible academic university. Belmont and Lipscomb are there, and those were two schools that I don't think they're on anymore. Used to be in JU's conference. I worked with JU in the athletics department for a couple of years as their radio guy, and so basketball-wise, we'd go up there and play both teams.
In back-to-back.
We'd stay. You go and play Lipscomb Thursday and then Belmont on Saturday. So you'd get there the day before. So we'd have, and particularly, not a player, you'd be down there for 3 nights, 4 days, 3 nights, and it's fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Okay.
Nashville's a really good city. I'm the Nashville PR guy, I guess.
Okay.
Really good city.
All right.
That was a 64,000.
64,000.
Way up right
All right.
now.
TV, Terry.
Television.
80s TV show Alf.
Oh,
What did Alf stand for?
Alien. I never was an Alf guy.
You got Alien. What's the LF?
Alien for life. West Side for life. That's what we said on the West Side. He is an alien for life, right?
You are from Jacksonville, Terry. You are from Jacksonville.
Alien Force, Alien Field, Alien.
What's the next one? Alien.
Alien
Life Form.
Alien. Oh, Alf. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Alien Life Form.
Alien life form.
You got off track there, Terry.
Yeah,
You were going west side.
I get a third of that, there, don't I? Alien for life. I get a third of that, right?
A third.
I
a
just
third.
never watched. He was the little brown, big nose kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like an anteater looking type thing.
Did you ever watch that? No. Rerun?
No, I'm.
Yeah, reruns or anything. Yeah, I just never got into. You know, there are a lot of shows that your era shows.
Yeah.
That you probably just didn't get into. Some of them I just.
Yeah.
I was never a Star Trek.
I'll tell you a big one. Friends. I'm sorry, not Friends.
Thank God.
Seinfeld. I never got into Seinfeld.
Oh, you need to put the headset down. You need to leave right now, and I don't ever want to see you again.
Shut my filthy mouth.
Shut your filthy mouth right now. Holy cow. You know, you've taken a couple steps up.
I tend to do that. That happens.
Have you ever watched, just if you could watch 2 in a row, just 2 episodes in a row.
Okay.
Shut up, don't talk, be quiet, watch them. I think you'd have the right humor.
Okay.
Now, you got to be smart now. You got to be smart. So.
All right. What about, okay, let me ask you, The Office. Did you ever watch The Office?
Absolutely love it.
Okay, good.
Michael Scott.
Yes. Okay.
Dwight Schrute.
Yes.
Jim. All of them.
All right. Ready for your next one?
A lot of people say that The Office, I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
The Office is one of the sitcoms that's closest, a lot of people say, to Seinfeld.
It is.
Multiple characters can carry the show. Seinfeld, it's hard. It's rare that multiple characters of a sitcom, you could build it around this one and that one. I mean, it could have been Newman, it could have been Kramer, but with The Office, it could have been Dwight, it could have been Jim, it could have been Pam, it could have been, Crazy Michael. The Office.
Well, when he left,
he was so lovable.
When he left, and they brought on
they brought in James Spader for a while, Kathy Bates for a while, James Spader,
who replaced Michael as the branch manager for like a few episodes.
A couple of them. James Spader, they actually had a tryout.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell. It was awkward.
So even with him being awkward and not adding value, all the other roles were still carrying the show. Like James Spader was awesome on the show.
He's a mess, isn't he?
So
the way he talks and all. The Office is a good show.
All right.
So I'm 2 and 1/3.
2 and 1/3. You have 200,057 points.
Right. Alf. Alf is going to bring me down.
All right. A traditional Moscow mule is served in a mug of what metal?
Copper.
Yep. Copper. Yep.
I don't think I've ever had one. You know the problem with those copper mugs that to serve a proper Moscow mule, it's supposed to be in a copper mug. You know the biggest problem with those, and I've talked to a million bar owners. People steal them. They're little and they're cool. People steal them.
You're absolutely right.
They order them and they find their way into the wife or girlfriend's purse. Huh. Yeah, and they go through a million of them. So a lot.
And I bet
you talk to a bar owner, a lot of them that don't serve it in the traditional copper.
Yeah.
Will say we go through 100 a month.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because they're kind of cool.
They can't be cheap,
and they stay cold. That you could put a beer or anything in it.
Yeah,
and they're kind of cool. They're that gold copper.
Yeah, adds a certain aesthetic to the bar.
Yeah, it does. But they go through a lot of them. Someone say, "The hell with it."
Even in bulk, they can't be cheap. It's probably
you wouldn't think
cheaper to
glass.
Yeah, we'll ask Josh.
Okay.
All right. Hold on, Terry.
This week, or is this all going
I'm coming. I know. We know you.
It's like the first half, and I've got
the Harvard of
I've got
South.
18 points on 9 layups. It's like the first half of a basketball game.
All right, hang on.
I don't know. How'd you know that? I've never really said that. How'd you know I went to Harvard of South?
I
don't think I've ever said that. I need to let people know that more. I think.
I feel like you've mentioned it. All right. Hang on, Terry.
I
gotta get my questions sorted.
I had a guy come up to me while you're looking. Can you listen and look?
Yeah.
I had a buddy come and be a guy come and be. That's right. And he wanted me to tell him to shut it. Said Terry, I want you to tell me to shut my filthy mouth because he hears me say that a lot. So you know what I did? You shut your filthy mouth. Get away from me.
All right.
Go, Harvard.
You ready? Which of the following countries?
A witch? This is not a witch?
In which?
Okay.
In which of the following countries
Countries are overrated.
do they drive on the left side of the road?
Oh, I know that one.
Is it France, Ireland, Germany, or Spain?
Oh, I thought you were saying England. I thought we'd be on the wrong side. Okay, France, Germany,
Ireland,
Ireland,
or Spain?
Spain. I don't think it's Spain. They got pretty girls there. I don't know why I said that.
That's nothing to
I don't
do
know
with
why I
driving
said
on
that or what that
TV.
matters, but let's say Spain's cool. That pretty girls probably. Germany. What are the other? Give me France, Germany. What was the other one?
Ireland. If you're ruling out Spain, it's France, Germany, and Ireland.
I'm gonna say, and I should have paid attention at the Paris Olympics. Let's say
It's Ireland. They drive on the left.
That was just a guess. All right, let's take a quick break. We have
Yep.
one final break. Dig us up one or two more, and we'll come back. Ireland drives on the left.
They do. I've done it. It's not as bad as you think. Just a lot of roundabouts.
Are you paranoid getting in the car? Or do you have to say, focus now, focus?
No.
Ireland drives on the left side.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. You got to do it.
Interesting. One final segment. We're wrapping things up at Hurricane Julington Creek.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Man, I gotta find out where that camera's at.
I know.
Beautiful shot, isn't it? I think it's on that big old tower.
Everbank?
That narrows it down.
No, not Everbank.
That narrows it down. It's on that big tower somewhere.
Yeah, that big tower. Yeah,
that's a good look of our city, though, man. We should really take advantage of our river more than that, but it won't do it here. Anyway, that's another question. We have about 5 minutes or another day for that discussion. Welcome back here, wrapping up things here on our Tuesday location. We have a blast here on Tuesdays. I think Josh and Tally for having us out, the Young and Norvelle show every Tuesday here at Wings-Julington Creek. Talking trivia as we do the last half hour or so. We like to have a little fun, loosen it up here. Got about 5 minutes. You got one or two more. And remember, tomorrow we are at Twin Peaks. Come by and say hi on a hump day. Hump day.
You know, I've been meaning to come out.
Nothing better than a hump day at Twin Peaks. I'm just going to leave it at that. Hump
tempting.
day.
Tempting. I've been meaning to come out.
Come on. Like you want you?
Work, my tree shows, you know.
Translation. Like you won't let you. All right, here we go. What do we got?
Okay. Your question is movies.
I haven't been to movies. I probably haven't been to the movie theater in 5 to 10 years.
I think you got this. In the 2015 biographical crime drama Black Mass, Johnny Depp played the role of what infamous Boston mobster?
Oh, yeah. I can't think of a name. I'm going to punch myself. Not much. I am going to punch myself, and then I'm going to punch
me. Yep.
No, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I know this guy. I'm going to miss it. We're at the end. I'm going to kick myself. I think he died that long ago.
I was going to say,
yes,
he died pretty recently.
Yes, and I think he sang. He sang to the police, I think. Did he? Is he one of those singers? No. And it wasn't Gotti or Gambino. It was he's a Boston guy.
Yep.
He's a Boston guy. I can't hear his name. Why are you doing it? It makes me mad at the end of the show. I'll take 2 on the end.
Whitey Bulger.
Gosh, darn it. He's a great pitcher for the Yankees too. Whitey Ford. I do that. He just died now. Within the last 2 or 3 years.
I was going to say within 5.
Yeah, within 5 years.
Yeah.
Whitey Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrote books and stuff about it.
All right.
Yeah, damn it.
You wanna?
I'm blaming that on Patric Young.
Yeah, let's play on Pat. Yeah,
that's
great.
Way to go, Patric.
Let's do that.
Darn it. Why didn't I call his mom too? She could have known me today.
You know what? When Pat's not here, let's do that. You can phone a friend.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. All right. What band released a studio album that is the same as the last 4 words of the Pledge of Allegiance?
Green Day.
No.
Okay. It wasn't multiple choice?
No.
Did it say what time frame it was? Long time ago?
This would be. Let me see.
America.
It was Metallica. And the album was "And Justice for All." Yeah.
Metallica.
So,
80s
or 90s.
Metallica. James Hetfield, lead singer. Lars Ulrich.
I thought you would get that though.
No. No Metallica. They're okay, but Metallica. Right. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minute warning.
All right.
2 minute warning here. Metallica.
You ready?
Heavy metal.
You ready for geography, Terry?
Oh, it's all over the map.
What is the capital?
You get that? Yeah, your questions are all over the map. I should get one for that 29 right there.
Him his dad jokes. What is the capital of Colombia?
Colombia.
I think Narcos. If you ever watched Narcos
I
on.
was trying to think more Modern Family Hot Lady, but Colombia. I don't know.
Bogota.
Bogota.
Sofia Vergara
Yeah,
is where I'm going to say
familiar. I'm familiar.
I'm going to say that's where. Oh, Jay Pritchett. Did you watch that show?
No.
Modern Family? Funny.
No.
Funny, silly.
That would be the only reason I watch it.
Sofia Vergara. Sofia Vergara.
All right. How many? We got a minute left. All right. How many times do they say the word liberty at the end of every Liberty Mutual commercial?
4.
Got it.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. You got one more? Just one more. Come on, one more. 57,
All right.
58, 57, 56. All right, I guess we've proven.
On what date did the 21st century officially
I hate
begin?
that. I hate that because it makes everybody mad. January 1st.
21st century? January 1st,
1999.
2001.
Dude, I hate that question. I've heard that before. All right, get stuff together.
Easy,
Have a good
guys.
Show. Nice job, by the way. Appreciate it. What you do for the show, that is good. You bet. He's here 7 to about 8:30 every Tuesday, and it's a lot of fun if you're in the area. Check him out. It's a doubleheader here. We got Good Talk, and then we got we'll do it again next Tuesday right here at Hurricane. Get together tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Hope you can join us live, or if you watch this stream, the Yellow Norvelle Show will be live tomorrow, 4 o'clock from the TV.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry. We still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at BoldCityAC.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. BoldCityAC.com. And they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at BoldCityAC.com. Homegrown in your hometown.